now we've got the pretty picture one, which is what I like. I love art books and things like that. I think, you know, pictures and art is just fantastic. So, especially for a made-up universe. I mean, because, well, you know, you can just make stuff up, can't you? So, it gives you a bit about painting. What's all this about? We don't want to... Alright, okay. So... Oh, right, okay. So, the other one was kind of the art book slash story, and this is just their advert then. It gives you an example of a strike force. And the, you know, Terminator captain that you have to spend £190 in order to get, because they don't sell them separately. So they do spend quite a long time on that force, don't they? Oh, more adverts for their stuff, more adverts again for some digital stuff, you know, to get you to buy the data slates, and these run you back at about £3 or £4. It does sound like I'm moaning. I'm not. I'm stating the facts. About £3 or £4. Probably $4 or $5 each, you know, each, and they might only be a couple of rules for them and things like that. I know that like what they did with the orcs and what they will be doing in the future until they start making a loss, which they will, is they're now releasing models, because they were at that stage with the knights. This is just, I'm going off completely off topic here, but with the Imperial Knight Titans, they released the rules for them in the little White Dwarf Weekly. You have to pay £2, £3 for, which is basically like buying a data slate, let's face it. And then they released the model. Sorry about that. As I was saying, they did it with the Imperial Knight Titan. They released the data slate in the White Dwarf Weekly, which was about £3, so it's kind of like buying a data slate anyway. And because the rules were pretty decent, people rushed out and bought models. Now what they're doing is they're showing you the models, or they're showing them. They're still doing that in the White Dwarf, but instead of giving you the data slate or the rules, I think now when they release the new models, like the Gorkanaut and the Morkanaut, the new Orc Titan equivalents, I suppose, they're mini ones, they're releasing the digital only data slates with them. So yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool if you got a code, if you bought a new model like that, and you could get the data slate for free. I think that'd be awesome. It's an excellent idea. Why haven't they thought that yet? Because it's all about money. But either way, they're now doing that, and they'll continue to do that, because where's our Orc Codex? It's been like, what, 3 weeks? Maybe it hasn't been 3 weeks, but it's been a fair old while. And they used to release a codex, and then there used to be things in the codex that thought, oh, what was that? What's the model? You know, do we use the old model? Is there a new model coming out? Classic example, Wave Serpent for the Eldar many years ago. People scratch built theirs until finally a Wave Serpent by GW was created and released. But now what they do is they release the new models, try and get you to spend more money getting the digital only data slates, which you only rent. You don't actually own digital content, and then what they do is they release the codex after all that. So yeah, I mean, that's where we are at the moment, unfortunately, and it will not stop unless you stop. So stop it. Right. So let's carry on. That's my tangent off, warning you of what's going to happen. So this is just like more adverts, really. I mean, just more adverts, probably used pictures. I mean, they obviously have all these models at their disposal all of the time, and tell you what, their cameraman must be absolutely loaded right now. They're artists, yeah. They're writers, definitely. But I just think at the moment there's a lot more money being spent for camera work and not marketing, but pictures and advertising them in books and places where you wouldn't really, where they're not usually there. I think there's a lot of invested money in pictures of their heavy metal team's products. Okay, and that, you know, that's happening at the moment. There's obviously a lot of money being spent on the writers, that's rules writers or story writers, but there's not I don't think there's an awful lot of money being spent on. I mean, recently I think there's been a fair bit of money spent on the new paint set range and like the new technical paints and things, but I don't think there's been an awful lot of money spent on like the models. Not recently anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, if you like yellow, hope you enjoy this page. So yeah, there's more yellow there for you. So this is just a lot of pictures to show you the amazingly painted models. And I think he must have been painted years ago, probably about 10 years ago or more. And obviously they came out last year at some point. So yeah, it's just a showcase for all their models. I suppose it is cool having them all in one place and having them all in one book, because you know, right, this book just has their painted models, so you can get inspiration and things like that. So if you've got the painting guide as well, that would probably help, wouldn't it, if you had that and this. But the thing is with things like this is, I mean, that is the new, is it the new one? It looks like the new Orc Big Mech, actually, but who knows. But you can see there are no new Orc Mega Knobs, no Flash Gits, no Gorkanauts. So things like this, you know, pictures of their own models are only useful if you've got those models. They're not that useful if they've updated the models for that army, are they? Let's face it. And I will always go on the internet and look at people's models and how they paint them, and go on YouTube rather than rely on Games Workshop's publications, whether that be Warhammer Visions, which I just refuse to buy, or whether it be, you know, books like this. But anyway, that's the Games Workshop Our Models Are Amazing book, or Games Workshop's fan service. Games Workshop. It's their own fan service, basically. So it's their own book that they've made with their own models that obviously don't cost them anything, and well, but they probably have to pay people to paint them. But anyway, that's their own book with their own models in. So your mileage may vary on the usefulness of that book. Right, so that was my overview. It did get quite negative towards the end, but you can't blame me. Do I like the new format? I don't really like the pictures on the front. The colours coding's alright. Numbers are pointless. I would have liked the rulebook to really stand out more and be like some epic picture on there instead of Voldemort. But hey, you know, and you know, you've got a book there full of yeah, you've got a book here full of art, you know, art things. You might as well have another epic picture on there, and maybe not so much have an epic picture on that one, which is their model one. Am I going to buy that fourth book that's 45 quid? Probably, just so I can do like a review of it. And I like art, so yeah, I probably will get the other one. But do I like the new format? Yeah, I think it's alright. You got 3 books. You can throw one of them in the bin if you want. If you don't want them, you can look at pretty pictures and read the story. That's always cool. And you've got the rule book, which is one book but I think I have mentioned in my overview that they have wasted so many pages in there with pictures that you don't really need. It's nice that it's all in colour, but you don't really need those pictures, and it's 200 pages, so let's just whittle it down, cut all the fluff out, and you're probably looking at about 100 pages if that. They could have edited that better, but who am I don't make these books, I don't create all this stuff, so my opinion is just my opinion. Price wise, 50 quid, yeah, bit of a rip off. I'd say 30 quid would be a good price for these. I think 50 quid is milking it a bit too much, and all they've done is they haven't really advertised it as like the 7th edition. I mean, people that have done the hobby for a while will refer to it as the 7th edition, but it doesn't say like 7th edition on here or anything, and all it doesn't really say rules, does it? Like anywhere on this box, it's just like, here's a cardboard box with some books in, there you go. I mean, yeah, it says the rules, but it doesn't say the rule book or anything like that. And you know, I mean, these are supposed to override the the current rules, but there we go. I mean, they had a lot in stock, so how many people have actually bought this, I don't know. But you're probably going to see the next one, the 8th edition, within a year maybe, at this rate, and it's probably going to be about 5 books, and it's probably going to be 100 quid. But anyway, that's it might happen. So yeah, there are my 3 books that I got in the kind of like the rule book box. I'll be doing a review on each. It won't be as long as this video. You'll be pleased to know, but doing the rules, I'll be doing a rule book review next, then Dark Millennium, then Galaxy of War. So I'll be doing them in that order. So stay tuned next time for another Warhammer Wednesday. It might not be next Wednesday. It might be a showcase or a bat rep. Probably a showcase, then a bat rep. Then I'll start with probably a showcase, and then the week after might be the review. But who knows? It's a complete mystery when I actually put out videos for the actual chosen field. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope I haven't bored you to death. I hope it's been a nice companion while you're painting, because I know I certainly watch or listen to videos while I'm painting, especially Warhammer related ones. Anyway, if you have agreed with any of my opinions in this video, put them down in the comments below. If you haven't, you know, if you put that down as well. Say that you completely agree with this box set, you think it's an absolute fantastic idea, but say why. Don't just say, oh, this box set is awesome. You know, it's like, well why do you think that? I've given you all the reasons why I think it's all right, but pricey. I want to hear your reasons for why this set, what your opinions of this set. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe as usual. Stay tuned for more Warhammer Wednesday videos, obviously every Wednesday. Thanks for watching. The Emperor protects.